In this serene land, a young prince named Aelric dreams of a mystical place filled with hidden treasures and a majestic golden griffin. Guided by his dreams and a restless longing for adventure, Prince Aelric sets out on a journey beyond the comforts of his castle, venturing into the enchanting forests and discovering the secrets that lie within. As you listen to the tale of Griffin's tale, let the soothing sounds and gentle narration lull you into a state of relaxation. Imagine the serene beauty of Vedantia, the magical whispering woods, and the majestic golden griffin guiding Aelric on his quest. Now, settle in, take a deep breath, and let the story carry you into a world of wonder and tranquility. May your dreams be filled with magic and peace. Chapter 1. The Prince and the Griffin. In the tranquil kingdom of Vedantia, where rolling hills met vast forests and crystal-clear rivers, there lived a young prince named Aelric. With hair as dark as a raven's wing and eyes the colour of the summer sky, Aelric was beloved by his people for his kind heart and gentle spirit. Yet, despite the adoration that surrounded him, a restless longing gnawed at his heart. Each night, he was visited by dreams of a mystical land, a place of untold wonders and hidden treasures where a majestic golden griffin would soar through skies of twilight blue. These dreams were more than mere nocturnal wanderings. They were vivid, almost tangible, as if calling Aelric to embark on an adventure beyond the confines of his daily life. In these dreams, the land was a tapestry of colours and magic, with landscapes that shimmered in hues he had never seen in the waking world. The golden griffin, with its radiant feathers and wise sapphire eyes, seemed to beckon him, its presence both awe-inspiring and comforting. One evening, as the full moon cast its silvery light over Vedantia, Aelric stood on the balcony of his chamber, gazing at the stars. The cool night air whispered through the trees, and the soft hoot of an owl echoed in the distance. Aelric closed his eyes, feeling the pull of the dream stronger than ever. It was as if an invisible thread connected his heart to that far-off land, urging him to seek it out. The next morning, with the first light of dawn painting the sky in shades of pink and gold, Aelric made his decision. He would follow the call of his dreams, seeking the land of wonders and the golden griffin. With a heart full of resolve, he gathered a small pack, taking only the essentials: a flask of water, a loaf of bread, a warm cloak, and a small, intricately carved dagger, a gift from his father. He left a letter for his parents, explaining his quest and assuring them of his return. As he walked through the silent halls of the castle, his footsteps echoing softly, he felt a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The guards at the gate, accustomed to the prince's occasional solitary walks, nodded in respect as he passed, unaware of the journey he was about to undertake. As Aelric ventured beyond the castle walls, the world seemed to come alive with the promise of adventure. The sun rose higher, casting a golden glow over the kingdom. Birds chirped merrily, and the scent of blooming flowers filled the air. Aelric followed the path leading to the edge of the enchanted forest, a place known for its ancient trees and magical aura. The enchanted forest was a realm of mystery and beauty. Towering trees, their leaves shimmering with an otherworldly light, formed a canopy overhead, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. The air was thick with the scent of pine and earth, and the gentle rustle of leaves whispered secrets of old. Aelric felt a sense of peace wash over him as he stepped into the forest, as if the very essence of the place was welcoming him. He walked deeper into the forest, guided by a sense of destiny. The path twisted and turned, leading him through groves of ancient oaks and clearings filled with wildflowers. Time seemed to lose its meaning, and Aelric felt as though he were walking through a dream. The beauty of the forest, with its vibrant colours and serene atmosphere, filled him with wonder. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Aelric came upon a serene clearing. The light filtered through the trees, casting a golden glow on the soft grass. In the centre of the clearing, perched gracefully on a large rock, was the most magnificent creature he had ever seen. The golden griffin, just as he had seen in his dreams, shimmered in the sunlight, its feathers a radiant gold, and its eyes as deep and blue as the ocean. Aelric's breath caught in his throat. The griffin looked at him with a gaze that was both regal and kind. He knew then that his journey was just beginning, and that the golden griffin would guide him to the treasures and wonders he had dreamed of for so long. Aelric stood in awe before the golden griffin, whose feathers glistened like the rays of the sun itself. The griffin's eyes, deep and penetrating, seemed to see into the very soul of the young prince. For a moment, neither spoke, the air thick with a sense of destiny. Then, the griffin inclined its head, a gesture of acknowledgement and welcome. "Greetings, young prince," the griffin said, its voice a harmonious blend of majesty and gentleness. "I am Solara, guardian of the treasures you seek." Aelric felt a surge of warmth and gratitude. "I have dreamed of you and this land," he replied, his voice steady despite the awe he felt. "I am Prince Aelric of Verdantia, and I have come to find the hidden treasures of which my dreams have spoken." Solara nodded, her golden feathers rustling softly. "Your heart is pure, and your spirit brave. Only one such as you can embark on this journey. Follow me, and together we shall uncover the treasures that lie hidden in the mystical land." With a graceful leap, Solara took to the air, her wings beating powerfully yet silently. Aelric followed on foot, the path ahead illuminated by the griffin's radiant glow. The enchanted forest seemed to come alive around them, its ancient trees whispering secrets and songs of old. The journey through the forest was mesmerizing. Shafts of sunlight pierced the canopy, casting a magical light on the forest floor, where vibrant flowers bloomed in a riot of colours. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of blossoms and the melodic chirping of birds. Every now and then, Aelric caught glimpses of shy woodland creatures peering at them from behind bushes and trees, their eyes wide with curiosity and wonder. As they ventured deeper, the forest seemed to grow more mystical. The trees, their trunks thick and gnarled with age, were entwined with vines that glowed with a soft, otherworldly light. Streams of crystal clear water babbled gently, their surfaces shimmering as if infused with stardust. Aelric felt a profound sense of peace, as if the very essence of the forest was embracing him. After what seemed like hours, Solara landed gracefully in a small glade bathed in sunlight. In the center of the glade stood an ancient oak tree, its massive branches spreading wide and its roots plunging deep into the earth. At the base of the tree was a small, sparkling pond, its waters so clear that Aelric could see the smooth stones lining its bottom. "This is the pond of reflection," Solara said, her voice reverberating with the wisdom of ages. "The first treasure lies beneath its surface. Gaze into the pond, and you will see visions of your past, moments that have shaped who you are." Aelric approached the pond, its surface like a polished mirror. As he looked into the water, images began to form. He saw himself as a child, playing in the castle gardens with his friends, his laughter echoing through the air. He saw moments of kindness, where he had helped those in need, and moments of bravery, where he had faced challenges with courage and determination. As the visions faded, Aelric felt a deep sense of clarity and purpose. Solara stepped forward, her eyes filled with approval. "The first treasure is the gift of memories, Prince Aelric. It is a reminder of who you are and the journey you have undertaken. Reach into the pond and claim your treasure." With a steady hand, Aelric reached into the cool, clear water. His fingers closed around a small, intricately carved locket, its surface engraved with delicate patterns that seemed to pulse with a gentle light. He lifted the locket from the pond, holding it up to the sunlight. It shimmered beautifully, a tangible representation of his past and the experiences that had shaped him. "Carry this locket with you," Solara instructed. "It will remind you of the strength and wisdom you possess, and guide you as you seek the other treasures." Aelric nodded, feeling a sense of accomplishment and anticipation. He fastened the locket around his neck, its weight comforting against his chest. With renewed determination, he looked to Solara, ready to continue their journey. The golden Griffin spread her wings once more, the light of the setting sun casting a warm glow over the glade. "Come, Aelric," she said, her voice filled with promise. "The next treasure awaits us. Our journey has only just begun." Aelric could hardly believe his eyes as he gazed at Solara, the golden griffin. The creature was a marvel of elegance and power, her feathers glowing with an ethereal light that seemed to brighten the entire clearing. Solara's majestic form was both awe-inspiring and serene, exuding an aura of wisdom and grace. "Welcome, Prince Aelric," Solara greeted, her voice resonating like a melody in the tranquil air. "I have awaited your arrival." Aelric, still somewhat overwhelmed by the griffin's presence, managed a respectful bow. "It is an honor to meet you, Solara. My dreams have guided me here, but I never imagined they would lead me to such a wondrous being." Solara's eyes sparkled with amusement and kindness. Dreams are often the whispers of the soul, guiding us toward our true paths. You, Aelric, have been chosen to uncover the treasures hidden within this mystical land. These treasures are not of mere gold or jewels, but of virtues far more precious. The young prince felt a sense of purpose swell within him. "I am ready, Solara. Show me the way and I will follow." Solara nodded approvingly. "Your heart is pure and your intentions noble. To find these treasures, you must trust in the journey and in yourself. Our first task is to uncover the story of this land, for understanding its history is key to finding the treasures it holds." With a graceful motion, Solara extended her wing, indicating for Aelric to climb onto her back. The prince hesitated only for a moment before stepping forward, his hands gently gripping the soft, golden feathers. Solara's warmth and strength reassured him as he settled himself. "Hold on tightly, Prince Aelric," Solara advised. "The skies above this land are vast and filled with wonders." With a powerful beat of her wings, Solara lifted off the ground and they soared into the sky. The forest below quickly became a patchwork of green and gold, and Aelric felt a rush of exhilaration as they ascended higher. The air was crisp and clear, filled with the scent of pine and the promise of adventure. As they flew, Solara began to recount the tale of the mystical land. Long ago, this land was governed by a council of wise and noble beings, griffins, dragons, and fairies. They imbued the land with their magic, ensuring it flourished with life and beauty. However, the greatest gift they bestowed upon the land was the creation of the treasures of virtue, symbols of wisdom, courage, and love. Aelric listened intently, his heart stirred by the story. What happened to the council and the treasures? The council, knowing that the world would one day need these virtues, hid the treasures and entrusted their guardianship to the griffins, Solara explained. Over time, the treasures became legend, known only to those with pure hearts who were destined to seek them. They flew over mountains and valleys, each landscape more breathtaking than the last. The sun began to set, casting a warm golden light over the land. Aelric marveled at the beauty around him, feeling a deep connection to the world below. Finally, they descended into a hidden valley, surrounded by towering peaks and lush greenery. In the center of the valley was an ancient stone circle, its weathered stones covered in intricate carvings. Solara landed gently, allowing Alric to dismount. "This is the Valley of Echoes," Solara said. "Here, the voices of the past can be heard, and the stories of old come to life. Listen closely, for the wisdom of the council will guide us on our journey." Aelric stepped into the stone circle, feeling a tingle of energy as he did. The air around him shimmered, and faint whispers began to fill his ears. He closed his eyes, allowing the voices to envelop him. The ancient stories spoke of bravery, sacrifice, and the enduring power of love. As the whispers faded, Aelric opened his eyes, his heart filled with a profound understanding. He turned to Solara, his resolve stronger than ever. "I am ready, Solara. Let us find the treasures and restore the virtues to this land." The golden griffin nodded, her eyes gleaming with approval. "Very well, Prince Aelric. Our journey continues. The next treasure awaits us in the depths of the mystical land." With renewed determination, Aelric climbed back onto Solara's back, and they soared into the twilight sky, ready to uncover the secrets and treasures that lay ahead. Aelric and Solara continued their journey, the golden griffin gliding effortlessly through the twilight sky. The world below transformed into a patchwork quilt of greens and blues, interspersed with shimmering lakes and winding rivers. Aelric marveled at the beauty, feeling a deep sense of connection to the land and the ancient magic that coursed through it. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the land in hues of pink and lavender, Solara began to share more about the mystical land and its history. Long ago, before the treasures were hidden, this land was a beacon of harmony and prosperity. The council of griffins, dragons, and fairies nurtured the land, ensuring it thrived and flourished. Aelric listened intently, his curiosity piqued. What led them to hide the treasures? Solara's voice took on a somber tone. In time, as is often the way of things, darkness sought to claim the land. A powerful sorcerer, driven by greed and envy, attempted to seize the treasures for himself. The council, realizing the danger, decided to hide the treasures and weave powerful enchantments around them, ensuring only those with pure hearts and noble intentions could find them. The griffin's tale filled Aelric with both awe and a sense of responsibility. He knew that his journey was not just about discovering the treasures, but about restoring balance and harmony to the land. "How did the sorcerer's quest end?" he asked. "The sorcerer was banished, his power broken," Solara replied. But the council, knowing that darkness could return, chose to remain vigilant. They entrusted the guardianship of the treasures to the griffins, who have watched over them ever since. As they flew over a vast sparkling lake, Solara's eyes shimmered with an ancient wisdom. Each treasure holds a virtue that is essential to the well-being of this land and its people. Wisdom, courage, and love. These are the foundations upon which our world is built. Elric felt a deep respect for the council's foresight and the sacrifices they had made. And you, Solara, are the guardian of these virtues. Solara nodded gracefully. Yes, and it is my duty to guide those worthy of finding them. You, Prince Elric, have shown the qualities that deem you worthy. The journey ahead will not be easy, but it is one that you are destined to undertake. As they approached the edge of a dense forest, Solara began to descend. They landed softly in a moonlit glade, where fireflies danced in the cool evening air, their tiny lights creating a magical ambience. Solara led Elric to a circle of ancient stones, their surfaces covered in intricate carvings that glowed faintly in the moonlight. "This is the Circle of Truth," Solara said. "Here, the second treasure awaits, the gift of courage. To claim it, you must face your deepest fears and prove your bravery." Elric stepped into the circle, feeling a rush of energy as he did. The air around him seemed to hum with power, and he sensed that this was a place of great significance. Solara's presence was reassuring, and he drew strength from her unwavering gaze. In the center of the circle, a large stone chest appeared, its surface adorned with symbols of protection and strength. Elric approached the chest, his heart pounding with anticipation. As he placed his hands on the lid, the carvings began to glow brighter, and the chest opened with a soft, resonant hum. Inside the chest lay a beautifully crafted crystal chalice, its surface etched with images of heroic deeds and noble sacrifices. Elric knew instinctively that this was the treasure of courage. As he lifted the chalice, he felt a surge of bravery and determination, a fire igniting within his soul. Solara's voice was filled with pride. "You have proven yourself, Elric. The chalice represents the courage that resides within you. Carry it with you, and it will guide you through the challenges ahead." Elric nodded, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment. He carefully placed the chalice in his pack, its weight a comforting reminder of the strength he possessed. With Solara by his side, he knew that he could face whatever lay ahead. As they prepared to leave the glade, the first stars began to twinkle in the night sky, casting a gentle light over the land. Elric climbed onto Solara's back, ready to continue their journey. The golden Griffin spread her wings, and they soared into the night, the chalice of courage, a beacon of hope and strength. With the chalice of courage safely secured in his pack, Elric climbed onto Solara's back, ready to face the next leg of their journey. The moon shone brightly above, casting a silvery glow over the mystical land below. Solara's wings spread wide, and with a powerful leap, they soared into the night sky. As they ascended, the world below transformed into a sea of twinkling lights. Elric felt the wind rush past him, cool and invigorating, carrying the faint scent of blooming flowers and distant rain. The stars above seemed closer than ever, their light mingling with the golden shimmer of Solara's feathers. They flew over vast forests, glistening lakes and rolling hills. The landscape was a mosaic of natural beauty, each detail enchanting in the moonlight. Aelric felt a profound sense of wonder and peace, as if the very essence of the land was welcoming him. Solara's voice, gentle and melodic, broke the silence. Our journey now takes us to the crystal caves, where the next treasure lies hidden. The caves are a place of reflection and clarity, where the light of truth shines brightest. Aelric nodded, his resolve strengthened by the chalice of courage. I am ready, Solara. Lead the way. They flew on, the night passing in a serene blur. As dawn approached, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold, Solara began to descend. Below them, nestled in a lush valley, was the entrance to the crystal caves. The cave mouth glowed faintly, inviting them into its depths. Solara landed gracefully, and Aelric dismounted, feeling a mixture of anticipation and calm. The entrance to the cave was adorned with ancient runes, their surfaces shimmering with a soft, ethereal light. Aelric felt a sense of awe as he approached, the air around him humming with magic. The crystal caves hold the treasure of wisdom, Solara explained. To find it, you must navigate the labyrinth of mirrors and face the reflections of your innermost self. Only then will you be worthy of the treasure. Aelric took a deep breath, steeling himself for the challenge ahead. I understand, Solara. I will do my best. With a reassuring nod, Solara led him into the cave. The air inside was cool and crisp, filled with the faint scent of minerals and earth. The walls of the cave glistened with countless crystals, their surfaces catching and reflecting the light in a dazzling display of colours. As they ventured deeper, the cave began to twist and turn, forming a labyrinth of crystalline corridors. Each turn revealed new wonders, clusters of sparkling gems, pools of crystal clear water, and delicate formations that seemed to defy gravity. Aelric marvelled at the beauty around him, feeling a deep connection to the magic of the land. At the heart of the labyrinth, they reached a vast chamber filled with mirrors of all shapes and sizes. The mirrors glowed with a soft inner light, their surfaces reflecting not just Aelric's physical form, but glimpses of his thoughts and emotions. Step into the circle of mirrors, Solara instructed. Allow the reflections to show you your true self. Aelric stepped forward, his reflection appearing in dozens of mirrors around him. As he looked into each one, he saw more than just his own face. He saw his hopes, fears, strengths, and weaknesses laid bare. Each reflection was a fragment of his soul, revealing the complexities of his character. The reflections spoke to him, their voices echoing softly in the chamber. They reminded him of his journey, his growth, and the challenges he had overcome. They also showed him the areas where he still had room to grow, urging him to embrace both his strengths and his flaws. As Aelric faced these reflections, he felt a sense of clarity and understanding. He realized that wisdom was not just about knowledge, but about self-awareness and acceptance. He understood that to lead and to love, he must first know and accept himself. In the center of the chamber, a pedestal rose from the ground holding a radiant crystal orb. Aelric approached it, his heart filled with a profound sense of peace. As he touched the orb, it glowed brightly, filling the chamber with a warm, golden light. Solara's voice was filled with pride. "You have found the treasure of wisdom, Aelric. This orb represents the clarity and understanding you have gained. Carry it with you and it will guide you on your path." Aelric placed the orb carefully in his pack, its light a comforting presence. He turned to Solara, gratitude and determination in his eyes. "Thank you, Solara. I feel more prepared than ever to continue our journey." With a graceful bow, Solara spread her wings, ready to take flight once more. Aelric climbed onto her back, and they soared out of the cave, the dawn light illuminating their path. The journey was far from over, but Aelric felt a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. Together, they would uncover the remaining treasures and restore balance to the land. As the first light of dawn kissed the horizon, Aelric and Solara descended into a hidden glade, a sanctuary of tranquility and beauty. The glade was encircled by ancient trees, their leaves whispering secrets to the wind, and in its heart lay a crystal-clear pond, its surface mirroring the sky. Solara guided Aelric to the edge of the pond, her golden feathers catching the early morning light, casting shimmering reflections on the water. "This is the pond of reflection," she said, her voice a soothing melody in the serene surroundings. "Here lies the first treasure, a treasure of memories, of moments that define who you are." Aelric gazed into the pond, its waters so clear they seemed to dissolve into the sky. As he stared, the surface began to ripple, and images started to form. Scenes from his past, moments that had shaped his life. He saw himself as a child, his mother's gentle smile as she taught him to read, his father's proud gaze as they practiced swordplay. He saw moments of kindness where he had helped those in need, and instances of bravery where he had faced challenges with determination. These visions filled him with a profound sense of understanding and gratitude. He realized that these memories, these experiences, were the true treasures, guiding him on his journey and shaping him into the person he was. Solara's voice broke the silence, gentle yet powerful. "Reach into the pond, Aelric, and claim the treasure of your past. It will serve as a reminder of your journey and the strength you carry within you." Aelric knelt by the pond, the water cool and refreshing as he dipped his hand in. He felt a slight resistance, as if the water itself held something tangible. His fingers closed around a small, intricately carved locket. He lifted it from the pond, its golden surface glistening with the light of the rising sun. The locket was a work of art, adorned with delicate patterns that seemed to pulse with a gentle, internal glow. Aelric felt its weight in his hand. Not heavy, but substantial, a symbol of the importance of the memories it represented. He opened the locket, revealing a tiny mirror inside, reflecting his face. In that reflection, he saw not just a prince, but a person shaped by love, courage, and kindness. "Carry this locket with you," Solara instructed, her eyes filled with approval. "It holds the essence of your past, the strength of your memories. Let it guide you as you continue your journey." Aelric fastened the locket around his neck, its presence a comforting reminder of his roots and the experiences that had brought him here. He felt a surge of resolve and readiness, knowing that the path ahead, though uncertain, was one he was prepared to face. With the first treasure claimed, Aelric and Solara were ready to move forward. The journey had only just begun, and with each step, Aelric felt himself growing, learning, and transforming. He looked at Solara, gratitude and determination shining in his eyes. "Thank you, Solara," he said earnestly, "for guiding me, for helping me see the true value of my journey." Solara inclined her head gracefully. "The journey is yours, Aelric. I am but a guide. The treasures you seek are reflections of the virtues you already possess. Together, we will uncover them." As the sun climbed higher, painting the sky in brilliant hues, Aelric climbed onto Solara's back once more. They rose into the sky, leaving the peaceful glade behind. The wind whispered promises of new adventures and discoveries, and Aelric felt a renewed sense of purpose. With the golden locket close to his heart and Solara by his side, Aelric was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their journey through the mystical land was far from over, but with each treasure they uncovered, they moved closer to restoring balance and harmony. Together, they soared into the future. The first treasure a beacon of the past and a promise of the virtues yet to be discovered. Chapter 2. The Mystical Land. The journey led Aelric and Solara to a breathtaking sight, the River of Stars. It was a river unlike any other, its waters sparkling with the light of 1,000,000 stars. The current was gentle, its flow serene, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, the river seemed to glow even brighter, reflecting the night sky above. Solara landed gracefully on the riverbank, her golden feathers shimmering in the twilight. "This is the River of Stars," she said, her voice filled with reverence. "It is said to reveal glimpses of the future to those who are worthy. The next treasure lies within its depths." Aelric approached the river, mesmerized by its ethereal beauty. The water was so clear that he could see the pebbles at the bottom. each one glowing with a soft, inner light. He felt a sense of peace wash over him, as if the river itself was welcoming him. Solara gestured toward a small boat tied to a nearby tree. To find the treasure, you must travel along the river. The currents will guide you, and the stars will show you what lies ahead. Elric nodded, climbing into the boat with a sense of anticipation. He untied the rope, and the boat began to drift gently downstream. Solara flew overhead, her golden light a reassuring presence in the gathering darkness. As the boat glided along the river, Elric leaned over the side, peering into the water. To his astonishment, he began to see images forming in the depths. At first, they were fleeting and indistinct, but gradually they became clearer. He saw himself standing before a great crowd, his face calm and determined. He was older, wearing a crown and a regal cloak, addressing his people with wisdom and compassion. The vision shifted, showing scenes of triumph and challenge. He saw battles fought and won, alliances forged, and moments of deep personal growth. Each image was a glimpse of the future, a testament to the journey that lay ahead. The river's gentle current continued to carry the boat forward, the stars above twinkling in harmony with the lights in the water. Elric felt a deep sense of connection to the visions, understanding that they were not set in stone, but possibilities shaped by his actions and choices. As the boat rounded a bend, Elric saw a small island in the middle of the river. It was covered in lush greenery, and in the center stood a pedestal holding a radiant, star-shaped gem. The gem pulsed with a gentle light, casting a warm glow over the island. Elric guided the boat to the shore and stepped onto the island. He approached the pedestal, feeling a sense of reverence and awe. The star-shaped gem seemed to hum with energy, its light growing brighter as he reached out to touch it. "This is the Star of Destiny," Solara said, landing beside him. "It is the treasure of foresight, granting you the ability to see the potential paths that lie ahead. It will guide you in making wise decisions and understanding the consequences of your actions." Elric carefully lifted the gem from the pedestal, its light filling him with a sense of clarity and purpose. He felt as though he could see the threads of fate weaving around him, each one representing a different choice and outcome. "Thank you, Solara," Elric said, his voice filled with gratitude. "This gift will help me lead my people with wisdom and insight." Solara inclined her head, her eyes shining with approval. "You have proven yourself worthy, Elric. The Star of Destiny will illuminate your path and guide you through the challenges that lie ahead." Elric placed the gem in his pack, its light a comforting presence. He climbed back into the boat, and Solara took to the sky once more. The boat drifted back to the riverbank, and Elric stepped ashore, feeling a renewed sense of determination. As they continued their journey, Alric knew that he was not just collecting treasures, but gathering the tools and virtues needed to become a wise and just leader. With each step, he felt himself growing stronger and more confident, ready to face whatever the future held. Alric and Solara continued their journey, leaving the river of stars behind. The mystical land stretched out before them, an endless expanse of beauty and enchantment. As they traveled, the landscape began to change, and they soon found themselves at the edge of an ancient forest, known as the Forest of Whispering Trees. The forest was a place of profound magic, its trees ancient and wise. Their trunks were thick and gnarled, their leaves shimmering with an iridescent glow. As Alric and Solara entered the forest, the trees began to whisper, their leaves rustling with voices from ages past. "These are the whispering trees," Solara explained. "They hold the wisdom of the ages, sharing their knowledge with those who are willing to listen. The next treasure, the gift of wisdom, lies within this forest." Elric felt a deep sense of reverence as he walked among the trees. The air was filled with a soothing hum, and the ground beneath his feet was soft with moss and fallen leaves. The forest seemed to come alive around him, each tree a repository of ancient stories and forgotten lore. He paused beside a particularly old tree, its bark rough and weathered. Placing his hand against the trunk, he closed his eyes and listened. The whispers grew louder, and he began to hear distinct words and phrases, tales of heroism and sacrifice, of love and loss. Aelric felt a deep connection to the stories, understanding that wisdom was not just about knowledge, but about learning from the experiences of others. The tree spoke of courage in the face of adversity, of the importance of compassion and empathy, and of the power of hope. As he continued to walk, the whispers guided him deeper into the forest. He felt as if he were being led by an unseen hand, each step bringing him closer to the heart of the forest and the treasure it guarded. After a time, they reached a small clearing, bathed in a soft golden light. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent tree, its branches stretching high into the sky, and its leaves glowing with a warm, welcoming light. At its base was a stone altar, covered in intricate carvings that seemed to pulse with a gentle energy. "This is the heart of the forest," Solara said, her voice filled with awe. "Here lies the treasure of wisdom." Aelric approached the altar, feeling a deep sense of calm and clarity. The carvings on the stone depicted scenes of learning and enlightenment, of great sages and teachers imparting their knowledge to eager students. On the altar rested a small crystal vial filled with a shimmering liquid. Aelric knew instinctively that this was the treasure he sought. He carefully picked up the vial, its surface cool and smooth against his skin. Solara stepped forward, her eyes shining with approval. The vial contains the essence of wisdom. It holds the knowledge of the ages, the understanding that comes from experience and reflection. Drink from it, and you will gain the insight needed to guide your people. Aelric uncorked the vial and took a sip of the liquid. It was cool and refreshing, filling him with a sense of enlightenment. He felt his mind expand, his thoughts becoming clearer and more focused. He understood the importance of balance, of considering the needs and perspectives of others, and of using his power wisely and justly. As he placed the vial back on the altar, he felt a profound sense of gratitude. "Thank you, Solara," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "This gift is invaluable. I will use it to lead my kingdom with wisdom and compassion." Solara nodded, her gaze full of pride. "You have proven yourself worthy, Aelric. The essence of wisdom will guide you on your path. Together, we will continue to uncover the treasures of this land." With the wisdom of the whispering trees now a part of him, Aelric felt more prepared than ever to face the challenges ahead. He climbed onto Solara's back, and they took to the sky once more, the forest below them whispering its eternal secrets. The journey was far from over, but Aelric knew that with each treasure they found, he was becoming the leader he was meant to be. The future was bright, and with Solara by his side, he was ready to embrace it. With the wisdom of the whispering trees now a part of him, Aelric felt more prepared than ever to continue his quest. Solara led him onward, soaring over lush valleys and towering mountains until they reached a rugged, rocky terrain. The landscape was stark and beautiful, with jagged cliffs and hidden grottos. Nestled within this rocky expanse were the crystal caves, their entrances glowing faintly in the light of the setting sun. The entrance to the crystal caves was a large arched opening adorned with crystals of every imaginable color. They sparkled and glinted, casting rainbows across the stone walls. Solara landed gracefully at the cave's mouth, and Aelric dismounted, feeling a sense of anticipation. "The crystal caves are a place of great power," Solara said, her voice echoing softly in the cool air. "Here, the treasure of courage awaits. To claim it, you must navigate the labyrinth within and face the trials that test your bravery." Aelric nodded, steeling himself for the challenges ahead. He stepped into the cave, Solara close behind, her presence a comforting source of light. The air inside was cool and crisp, filled with the faint scent of minerals. The walls of the cave glistened with countless gemstones, their light casting intricate patterns on the ground. As they ventured deeper, the cave became a labyrinth of winding passages and glittering chambers. The path was not always clear, and Aelric had to rely on his instincts and the subtle guidance of Solara's light. The deeper they went, the more the cave seemed to test him. He encountered narrow passages that required careful navigation, sudden drops that demanded quick reflexes, and echoing chambers that played tricks on his senses. Through it all, Aelric remained focused, drawing on the courage he had gained from his journey so far. He knew that each trial was a test, a way to prove his bravery and determination. Solara's presence was a constant source of reassurance, her calm guidance helping him stay on course. Eventually, they reached the heart of the cave, a vast, domed chamber filled with a dazzling array of crystals. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which rested a crystal chalice. The chalice glowed with a warm inner light, its surface etched with symbols of valor and strength. Aelric approached the pedestal, feeling a surge of anticipation. He knew that this was the treasure he sought, the treasure of courage. As he reached out to take the chalice, the ground beneath him began to tremble. The crystals around the chamber pulsed with light, and a low rumbling sound filled the air. A voice echoed through the chamber, deep and resonant. To claim the chalice, you must face your greatest fear. The air around Aelric shimmered, and he found himself standing in a dark, foreboding forest. Shadows loomed around him, and the air was thick with an oppressive sense of dread. He heard the distant roar of a beast, its sound filled with menace. Aelric felt a chill run down his spine, but he stood his ground. He knew that this was a test, a manifestation of his deepest fear. Drawing on the courage he had gained, he took a deep breath and stepped forward, his heart pounding. The beast emerged from the shadows, a massive, fearsome creature with glowing red eyes and sharp fangs. It snarled, its breath hot and foul. Aelric felt a surge of fear, but he pushed it aside, focusing on the lessons he had learned. "Fear is a shadow," he said, his voice steady. "It only has power if I let it." The beast roared, but Aelric stood firm. He reached for the locket around his neck, feeling its warmth and the strength of his memories. He thought of the chalice of courage and the wisdom of the whispering trees. As he did, the beast began to fade, its form dissolving into mist. The chamber returned to normal, the tremors ceasing. Aelric stood before the pedestal once more, the chalice within reach. He lifted it carefully, feeling its weight and the power it represented. The chalice glowed brightly, its light filling him with a sense of triumph and bravery. Solara's voice was filled with pride. "You have proven your courage, Aelric. The chalice is yours, a symbol of the bravery that lies within you. Carry it with you, and it will guide you through any challenge." Aelric placed the chalice in his pack, its light a beacon of strength. He turned to Solara, gratitude and determination shining in his eyes. "Thank you, Solara. I am ready for whatever comes next." With the treasure of courage claimed, Aelric felt a renewed sense of purpose. He climbed onto Solara's back, and they left the crystal caves, the night sky welcoming them with its myriad stars. The journey was far from over, but Aelric knew that with each treasure he found, he was becoming the leader his kingdom needed. With the treasures of wisdom, memories, and courage in his possession, Aelric felt a deep sense of readiness as he and Solara journeyed to the edge of the mystical land. Here, in a secluded valley surrounded by towering peaks, lay the final challenge. The land was lush and vibrant, filled with ancient trees and shimmering streams, a testament to the magic that still thrived within it. As they descended into the valley, Aelric noticed a peculiar presence in the air, a sense of watchfulness, as if the land itself was aware of their arrival. Solara landed gracefully, her golden feathers catching the light of the midday sun. Aelric dismounted, his eyes scanning the surroundings for any sign of the hidden guardian. "This is where the final treasure lies," Solara said, her voice carrying a note of reverence. "The guardian of this land will test your heart, Aelric. Only through acts of compassion and honesty can you prove yourself worthy of the treasure of love and leadership." Aelric nodded, feeling a mixture of anticipation and determination. As they walked deeper into the valley, the air grew warmer, and the scent of blooming flowers filled his senses. They soon arrived at a clearing, where a magnificent figure awaited them. The guardian was a gentle giant, his form composed of stone and moss. His eyes, deep and ancient, glowed with a soft green light. He stood silently, his presence both imposing and serene. Aelric felt a sense of awe as he approached, understanding that this being was as much a part of the land as the trees and rivers. The guardian's voice was like the rumble of distant thunder, resonating through the valley. "Welcome, Prince Aelric. I am the guardian of the heart. To claim the final treasure, you must demonstrate the virtues of compassion and honesty. Show me the true strength of your heart." Aelric stepped forward, his gaze steady. "I am ready, Guardian. I will do whatever it takes to prove myself worthy." The Guardian nodded slowly, and the ground before them began to shift. From the earth rose a series of challenges, each one designed to test Aelric's character. The first was a scene of conflict. Two figures locked in a heated argument, their voices raised in anger and frustration. Aelric approached the figures, feeling the weight of their emotions. He listened to their grievances, understanding the pain and misunderstanding that fueled their conflict. With a calm and empathetic voice, he spoke to them, helping them see each other's perspectives and guiding them toward a reconciliation. Slowly, the anger faded, replaced by mutual understanding and respect. The scene dissolved, and Aelric faced the next challenge, a figure trapped beneath a fallen tree, crying out for help. Without hesitation, Aelric rushed to the figure's side, using all his strength to lift the tree and free them. He tended to their wounds with gentle hands, his compassion evident in every action. The guardian watched silently, his expression unreadable. Aelric faced several more challenges, each one testing his capacity for kindness, empathy, and honesty. He helped a lost child find their way home, comforted a grieving widow, and confessed his own fears and doubts to a fellow traveller. With each act, the guardian's eyes glowed brighter, reflecting the light of Ulrich's heart. Finally, the challenges ceased, and the guardian stepped forward, his form towering above them. "You have shown great compassion and honesty, Ulrich," the guardian said, his voice filled with approval. "You are worthy of the final treasure." From the guardian's chest emerged a golden crown, adorned with intricate symbols of love and leadership. It floated gently toward Elric, who accepted it with reverence. The crown was warm to the touch, its weight a reminder of the responsibility it represented. "This crown symbolizes the treasure of love and leadership," the guardian explained. "It is a testament to your ability to lead with a compassionate heart and an honest spirit. Wear it proudly, and it will guide you in ruling your kingdom wisely and justly." Elric placed the crown upon his head, feeling its power and significance. He turned to Solara, gratitude and determination shining in his eyes. "Thank you, Guardian. I will honor this gift and use it to lead my people with love and integrity." The Guardian bowed his head in acknowledgement. "Go forth, Aelric, and may your reign be one of peace and prosperity." With the final treasure claimed, Aelric and Solara prepared to return to Verdantia. The journey had been long and challenging, but Aelric felt a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. He had grown and transformed, ready to lead his kingdom with the virtues he had discovered. As they took to the sky, the valley below bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, Aelric felt a profound connection to the land and its magic. The future was bright, and with Solara by his side, he was ready to embrace it. With the crown, chalice, locket, and the wisdom from the whispering trees, Aelric had gathered all the treasures. Each represented a piece of his journey, and he realized that the true treasure was the growth and transformation he had undergone. Solara praised Aelric, affirming that he was now ready to return home. Aelric and Solara soared through the skies of the mystical land, the treasures safely secured within his pack. The landscape below stretched out like a tapestry of wonders, each detail filled with magic and beauty. As they flew, Aelric reflected on his journey, the challenges he had faced, and the lessons he had learned. The golden locket hung around his neck, a symbol of the memories that shaped him. The crystal chalice of courage rested in his pack, a reminder of the bravery he had discovered within himself. The vial of the essence of wisdom, filled with the knowledge of the ages, and the golden crown of love and leadership, symbolizing his ability to lead with compassion and honesty. Their flight took them over mountains and valleys, forests and rivers, each one a testament to the magic of the land. The sun was beginning to set, casting long shadows and painting the sky with hues of pink and gold. Aelric felt a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that he had found more than just treasures. He had found himself. As they approached Verdantia, Aelric could see the castle in the distance, its towers gleaming in the evening light. The sight filled him with a sense of anticipation and hope. He knew that his journey had prepared him for the challenges that lay ahead, and he was ready to lead his kingdom with the virtues he had discovered. Solara landed gracefully in the castle courtyard, her golden feathers catching the last rays of the setting sun. The castle grounds were quiet, the air filled with the soft rustling of leaves and the distant murmur of the river. Aelric dismounted, feeling a mixture of excitement and serenity. He was greeted by his parents, King Eldric and Queen Seraphina, their faces filled with joy and pride. They embraced him warmly, their eyes shining with love and relief. "Welcome home, Aelric," King Eldric said, his voice filled with emotion. "We have missed you dearly." Aelric smiled, his heart full. "I have missed you too, Father, Mother. My journey has been long and challenging, but it has also been transformative. I have found the treasures of wisdom, courage, and love, and I am ready to lead our kingdom with all that I have learned." Queen Seraphina's eyes glistened with tears of happiness. "We are so proud of you, Aelric. You have become the leader we always knew you could be." Aelric turned to Solara, gratitude shining in his eyes. "Thank you, Solara. Without you, I would not have been able to find these treasures or discover the strength within myself." Solara inclined her head gracefully. "The journey was yours, Aelric. I was merely your guide. You have proven yourself worthy, and the treasures you have found will serve you well in the days to come." With the treasures of the mystical land now a part of him, Aelric felt a deep sense of purpose and determination. He knew that his journey was not over, but just beginning. He was ready to lead Verdantia with wisdom, courage, and love, and to create a future filled with hope and prosperity. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the castle, Aelric felt a profound sense of peace. He had discovered the true treasures of the mystical land, and they were not just objects of beauty, but virtues that would guide him for the rest of his life. That night, as Aelric lay in his bed, the soft light of the moon streaming through his window, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment and joy. He knew that his dreams would be filled with the serene beauty of the mystical land and the golden Griffin who had guided him. And as he drifted off to sleep, Aelric dreamed once more, his heart filled with the promise of the future and the magic of the land that had shaped him. Aelric and Solara flew back to Verdantia as the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold. The golden Griffin's wings beat steadily, the journey nearing its end. Below them, the kingdom stretched out, bathed in the warm light of the fading day. Aelric felt a profound sense of fulfillment and peace. knowing that he carried within him the treasures of wisdom, courage, and love. As they neared the castle, the familiar sight of Verdantia brought a smile to Aelric's face. The towers stood tall and proud, and the city below bustled with the evening's activities. The castle gates opened wide in welcome as Solara descended, landing gracefully in the courtyard. The ground was alive with excitement, people gathering to greet their prince. King Eldric and Queen Seraphina stood at the forefront, their faces alight with joy and pride. Aelric dismounted, feeling the solid ground beneath his feet, and approached his parents. They embraced him warmly, their eyes shining with relief and happiness. "Welcome home, Aelric," King Eldric said, his voice filled with emotion. "We have awaited your return with great anticipation." Aelric smiled, his heart full. "It is good to be home, Father, Mother. My journey has been long and arduous, but I have found the treasures of the mystical land. They have shown me the true virtues needed to lead our kingdom." Queen Seraphina's eyes glistened with tears. "We are so proud of you, Aelric. You have become the leader we always knew you could be." Aelric turned to Solara, who stood beside him, her golden feathers shimmering in the twilight. "Thank you, Solara. Without your guidance, I would not have been able to find these treasures or discover the strength within myself." Solara inclined her head gracefully. "The journey was yours, Aelric. I was merely your guide. You have proven yourself worthy, and the treasures you have found will serve you well in the days to come." The crowd around them cheered, their voices filling the courtyard with joy and celebration. Aelric felt a deep sense of connection to his people, knowing that he was ready to lead them with the virtues he had discovered. As the celebration continued, Aelric shared his journey with his parents and the court. He spoke of the enchanted forest, the river of stars, the whispering trees, the crystal caves, and the trials he had faced to earn the golden crown of love and leadership. His words were filled with the wisdom and experiences he had gained, and his listeners were captivated by the tale. Later that evening, as the festivities wound down and the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Aelric retired to his chambers. He placed the treasures he had found, the locket, the chalice, the vial of essence of wisdom, and the golden crown, on a small table by his bed. Each item was a reminder of his journey and the virtues he had embraced. As he lay down to sleep, the soft light of the moon streamed through his window, casting a gentle glow over the room. Aelric closed his eyes, feeling a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. He knew that his dreams would be filled with the serene beauty of the mystical land and the golden Griffin who had guided him. In his dream, Aelric found himself once more in the mystical land, its landscapes vibrant and alive. Solara stood beside him, her eyes filled with wisdom and warmth. Together, they walked through the enchanted forest, the river of stars shimmering in the distance. the whispering trees singing their ancient songs. Aelric knew that the journey had transformed him, and he was ready to lead his kingdom with wisdom, courage, and love. The treasures he had found were not just objects of beauty, but virtues that would guide him for the rest of his life. As dawn broke, Aelric awoke with a sense of purpose and clarity. He knew that his reign would be one of peace and prosperity, guided by the lessons he had learned and the virtues he held dear. With Solara's guidance and the support of his people, he was ready to embrace the future and lead Verdantia into a new era of hope and harmony. And so, the prince who had journeyed to the mystical land returned home, not just with treasures, but with the wisdom to rule and the heart to lead. Aelric's story became a legend, a tale of transformation and the power of virtues that would inspire generations to come.